Hi everybody, it is just Johnny. I've been wanting to show this and do a little review on this for a long time, and recently Shannon, I think her name is Shannon Green, I'm not exactly sure, did a video showing how she had been contacted from the manufacturer of this Yes paste, and which reminded me how I wanted to just show you guys some things. She did some great videos where she was taking napkins and putting Yes paste on it rather than Mod Podge to make things a little bit more translucent, but also make the pieces sturdy. And her videos, and one of her friends did another video, were absolutely fantastic. But I wanted to do a little review on this about regular old scrapbooking stuff that you and I normally would do. They do a lot of art journaling and things, and I use this totally different. But I wanted to say I first saw this back a couple of months ago on Michelle's channel. She was talking about this, who is a mini scrapper. Hi Michelle, hope you're good, honey. Anyway, she was talking about this, and really loved it, and I watched, you know, how she was using it a little bit, and I ran and bought some. I actually had to buy some from eBay because they did not have it locally for me, but it was certainly well worth the money. I just want to show you, before I was using this, I had been using this, and we all know this, which is wonderful, and blah blah blah. It does dry up in the tip constantly. You know, you're always having to stick a pin in there and to get it to come out of the spout and all that kind of good stuff. The problem I always had with this is, and when they say quick dry, they mean quick dry. This, if you put something down, you can't maneuver it, even if it's a millimeter. If you don't get it on pretty doggone even, you have an issue with it. At least for me. You may have less of an issue than I do. You may be able to place your things more precisely than I can, but for me, that was one of the drawbacks of this particular glue. It's wonderful, it works really good, it dries quickly, the stuff stays on, but as far as even just maneuvering your piece of paper onto, let's just say, a piece of chipboard evenly, this dries so quickly that you, at least, again, me, this is all my personal experience that I'm just gonna, you know, tell you about. So I have hardly used this at all since I found the Yes paste. I don't remember how much this was, but I will say it was probably, with shipping and yada yada yada, might have cost me $10, $11, $12, I don't know. But let me tell you something, if it was $25, it was absolutely worth it. Okay, so ever since I've been using it, I apply it personally with my projects, because most of them are small, with a brush. This is my brush I have been using for the last few months, and as you can see, it is completely pliable, okay? It has not hardened in any way, shape, or form. And all I do, and this is God's truth, is when I'm working with this, I usually have either a napkin folded up 4 or 5 times so it's nice and thick, or I have an old piece of rag, like a t-shirt, that's folded up right next to my jar of water. So I'm using this, and if I'm not going to continue to use it for like 2 minutes, I plop it in that jar of water. When I have to start using this again, I just take this out and rub it along the edges so the drips come out. I pat it a few times on that paper towel or the t-shirt, whatever it is, then I open this up and start using this. So now I've been using this for months, and I want you to see how much is in here still. Let's see if I turn this a little bit so you can see. So this is the edge where it's not been used, around the edge, and there is the center. Now I want to go ahead, because this will be so easy to just plop in the water when my video's done, but I wanted you to see the consistency of this. It's almost like butter, you know, when you've melted butter a little bit or you've left it out on the counter, and this is the way you would like to spread your butter. That's actually the consistency to me that this is, and I love it. It's thick, and when you put it down on something, you can still maneuver. I should have brought a piece of chipboard and something in to show you, but you know, I'm never completely prepared. Anyhow, and then as I'm working, even with all the fans on and the heat and everything in my craft room, I don't generally close this up. What I do is flip the lid back on top like this. And I don't screw this lid back on until I'm completely done. And the same thing, you know, I'll put this paintbrush down a few times while I'm working, and if it's going to be a little bit of time, then I will go ahead and plop it in the water like I've said. Otherwise, I just kind of leave it on the side on my non-stick mat. But here's just a piece of paper. You can see how it just, you know, it goes on. I have a hair on there. Sorry about that. There. You can't even see it. I love this paste. So, again, this is just a review that I wanted to do that with my experience with Yes Paste. I love it. I never ever want to be without it again. And actually, I've seen a lot of ladies apply this with, if they have a big project, they apply this with a credit card, an old credit card or piece of plastic, and smooth it on out with that, and it works perfectly. And now this will stay moist for a while, and yet you can reposition your items. You have some go time. Now if I was using this and folded this over, I could not open this back up again. There's absolutely no way. And let's just say, you know, I counted to 10, you know, and then tried to open that up. No, 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 and no. It would not open up because it would be completely dry, and so wherever that item stuck is where it's stuck. But again, here, as I'm chit-chatting and I've got fans going all over in this room, I can open this up. It does take a little bit to dry, but not long. You just set it aside for a few minutes, and when I'm working on a project and by the time, if I'm usually doing an assembly line, I get back to the first one and it's all dry and ready to go. So anyway, this is my review of Yes Paste. I hope this is helpful to someone who's on the fence about buying it or not buying it. And certainly if you can find it locally in your Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any of those stores, you can use a coupon, and this would probably end up costing you maybe $6 or so. But look at how much it is. I think this is a pint. And let me tell you, there's a lot of Yes Paste in here. So, and of course it is acid free. So, okay guys, well thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope this helps some of you. Remember, no biting, no fighting. Share the love. Give someone a hug, a smile, a wink, a kind word, a pat on the back today. Hug yourself if no one else is around. And again, thank you again for all these happy birthday wishes. I went back in my office and there was like 30 more. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And my cell phone, people are texting me. You guys rock. Absolutely. Okay, be well everyone. Pinkalicious hugs. Ciao, ciao, ciao.